We are live.
Live in the game. We're in. Do you guys watch baseball? Did you follow last night?
No, of course not. We're really starting this off on a baseball talk?
Stop. It was a record day. I don't watch baseball either, but it went 18 innings, which baseball goes 9. They went overtime, 18 innings. That's crazy. I don't watch baseball. It's crazy, though.
And I heard the guy who was performing at it performed at it the last time it went 18. But
no way.
Not off this. We're going to lose everyone right at the start.
Immediately right at the start. Terrible
It was
intro.
interesting. It was interesting.
We got cool news about Cummins, about the national emission mark, all of that stuff. And you're like, oh, there was a baseball game that went on later than expected.
It's a record game, man. Come on.
You're right. That's right. Let's not go into their national emissions mark or the Cummins news or anything like that. This is now a baseball podcast.
I fully expect the comments to help me out here and back me up, but maybe they won't.
Unfortunately for you, Jordan, I've made it so it's members only comments.
Oh, well, they won't care about me then.
You have less.
Well, anyways, shall we get into it?
Yes. Start us off with the exciting news.
Okay, so I had a great meeting with Environment Canada today. Eric actually flew out to Ottawa, spent a few days in there. It looks like we got our national emission mark approved for the truck. So now that's at the company level. So they're happy with all the paperwork, and they said hopefully they should be able to get us that national emissions mark in a few days. So that's huge. It means that now we can legally sell trucks.
That is super exciting. Very exciting.
It's still not for the hybrid, though, annoyingly. So that is for the mechanical truck. So we got it as a company. Then we're also submitting our package. So we need the vehicle specific. So the company has the ability to issue a national emissions mark. It basically says that, okay, Environment Canada feels that we have enough knowledge about the emissions testing process, certification process, everything that's involved in that, for them to feel comfortable for us to have the ability to sell equipment.
Yeah. I know you're talking about it.
We also submitted the mechanical truck for, it's like, okay, that's with the Cummins X15. And they said, yeah, there should be no issues with that truck. That all looks good. They'll process that and then hopefully get our paperwork sent off in the mail in a few days.
Super exciting.
Fingers crossed.
And you said there's a pathway for the hybrid, so that's coming along too.
Yeah, they did talk. They think they have a pathway forward with the hybrid, but I'm not ready to jinx that yet. In that, you never know how those things go. We also talked about some of the regulatory changes since we met with a lot of members of Parliament. We looked at some of the rules and regulations on how to allow us to build a hybrid and work together to be like, okay, what rules changes could we implement relatively quickly to allow us to build these trucks? How does it make sense? And they went over some of that and said, well, that one wouldn't really help as much. This one may help. Maybe change the wording on this a little bit. So that was actually pretty sweet. They just basically gave us some feedback. They want us to build these trucks. I get the feeling they want to. They're just tired of
1,000 emails. 1,000 emails coming in.
Yeah.
They're tired about all you listeners and viewers emailing them constantly saying, "What the hell?"
They just want it to end. Please stop emailing us. We'll do it. We'll prove them.
Honestly, that did bring up. They're like, oh, yep, had a few more members of Parliament reach out to answer questions on how So it is helping. It is. It's definitely motivating them. So I really, really appreciate everyone. We're not at the end yet. It hasn't been approved. We got to keep hounding them because there's also the risk of if we delay long enough, maybe it just goes away and people move on and forget about the new thing. So that is always a risk. But at least we are hopefully getting our national emissions mark for the company to be able to sell trucks, put that sticker on there.
Well, that is super.
Eric just have a pretty important meetings tomorrow there too. So even though this is kind of working its way out, we're not letting off. And Eric gets to talk to some higher ups tomorrow in Ottawa. I don't want to jinx it, but
what was that one? Oh, that's with the senators, right?
He's got meetings with the senators tomorrow.
Oh wow, that's pretty exciting stuff.
That's even better than members of Parliament.
Mm-hmm.
This is so So we're definitely getting noticed, and like Chase said, it's looking pretty good. The national emissions mark is huge, and then everything that Eric is doing with the climate change with the next motors or engines is also looking very good.
It is really exciting to see the serious audience. I know I mentioned that last episode. Like, hey, sit down with senators. Like, it's really important, and that's good to see.
Yeah, and I mean, we still are pushing for EU regulations. They did say that some companies have tried to put. Oh, right there from Miley Coyote. Yeah, we have been talking
He
with
says
them
it
about.
totally makes. He said it totally makes sense to get EU regs on the books.
Yeah. So that they've said that's been brought up before. Their testing is a little bit different. It will take a longer time. Like it could take a year or two to implement that. We said, but a lot of companies have reached out and said, hey, we would love to bring this model of vehicle over. Like, man, this vehicle, this truck, like, man, a Toyota Land Cruiser would do amazing in North America, but we can't because it has EU emissions in it. Can we bring it in? And they've traditionally said no, but right now the political climate is really, really good. Our government's trying to get more tied in with Europe and the rest of the world. And like this is a great demonstration on like how tying our rules to another country, like having more options is always a good thing.
For some
So
reason,
hopefully that the climate is right and we can get some EU engines because like I would love to buy an EU approved like Toyota Land Cruiser, $40,000 crew cab pickup truck. That's tough as fuck. Sign me up.
I've always
and
wanted
our vehicles. I would also like to build our vehicles.
Yes, our vehicles too. My whole dream truck has always been a Toyota Hilux. I always wanted one.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh, Suzuki Jimny. Like, there's so many cool vehicles that we just don't have access to because they don't want to certify them in North America because there's only 3 countries in the world. And then other news. Oh, go ahead.
And I just realized when we were at the Land Cruiser Museum, my favorite vehicle there was the Toyota Hilux. So I even said that. So that I
mean that checks out since that's the vehicle you really like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, other news. We've made good progress with Cummins. So we've got approved to order an engine directly from Cummins for an X15. So for the mechanical truck, we've submitted that. Environment Canada says yes, you can use that engine. So now Cummins says, okay, we'll sell you an engine. We still have to go through the IQA, internal quality assurance thing. So we got to build a few trucks, put them out there, test them, and then that in order to be able to offer the warranty with Cummins, so that Cummins says, yeah, we'll warranty the project. We just got to build that truck, build the first one. They check to make sure that the radiator's got enough cooling in it, that you haven't mounted things in stupid spots where you're going to melt wires or something like that. So you build the first one, you send it out, you test it, they look at it.
But that is huge because one of our biggest things is we haven't been able to have like manufacturers willing to sell to us, like major manufacturers.
Yeah, a lot of the time it's, you could buy the engine, but you can't buy it directly from the manufacturer. You got to go to another distributor, a middleman, Peterbilt, somebody like that, and order the Cummins through them, which adds a markup onto it, adds extra cost, adds extra
markup,
lead time,
extra steps. I know. But my excavator. I just went to order a part for my excavator. I called Hyundai. It's a Cummins motor. They want $600 for a serpentine belt because I'm going through Hyundai. Even the guy on the phone was like, just go straight to Cummins. This is ridiculous. But when you sell through other people and add those steps, it's just more money and padding more pockets.
Yeah, exactly. So without going into too much, it sounds like we'll be able to order them right from Cummins now. So that's a huge one.
Brian says, will these changes bring Chinese pickups like vehicles you saw in the plants? I did hear Carney say that. Carney did say he was open to bring in more Chinese and European vehicles. I don't know.
No, because you still have to go. So now one of the issues is you still have to go through CMPSS testing and all that. And we don't know where the tariffs are going to be because currently there's like 100% tariff on vehicles made in China.
Yeah, they were talking about dropping that. He wants to bring them over.
I still don't get it though, because we're still way back to the problem we've had when we first were Edison was beginning, is the grid's not there, and I don't think we've been making I don't know how.
Well, no, they still got those little what was it? Those photon trucks we saw with the little 2.8 Cummins, like a $20,000 Ford Ranger size truck with a 2.8 Cummins diesel, like for $20,000. Like I mean, yeah, it's about like you got to expect what you expect, but like. For a good little farm tractor, a good little runaround vehicle, like I don't need $100,000 fancy Denali Chevy, like sometimes a little Ford Ranger size thing, little manual transmission, 2.8 Cummins that you can just bag. Like I would buy that.
Oh yeah, there's
the
definitely a market for it.
Canada's auto sector would definitely probably diminish.
What do you mean that our auto sector is already diminishing?
Yeah,
what do we have for an auto every week? There's like layoff. It would
be game over if we start letting those come in. Because you can't.
But like honestly though, it's like if these companies, like we always had a deal that the U.S. companies, like we gave up all of our vehicle manufacturing, truck manufacturing in the 80s and 90s, and we had a deal that the U.S. companies would come here, they would build in Canada, and they would be able to sell in North America, and we wouldn't do anything. And like, okay, they did that, but now the Americans have said no. We're tariffing any vehicle not made. Canada doesn't count. So they're going to shut down our plants. They're going to tariff vehicles that they build here. Well, what's the difference, is speaking straight up from a Canadian point of view, what's the difference between us buying from the States when they aren't manufactured here or us buying from China when they're not manufactured here? If the big companies don't want to manufacture here, we should be buying the European. We should be buying the Chinese. If the U.S. wants to treat Canada like a foreign nation and ruin all the trade relationships we have, I think we should start going to foreign nations. Like we should start, if the US won't look within North America and they only want to look at themselves, it's time for us to look outside of North America.
I agree with that. I guess one thing that is an unfair advantage is our own government regulations, where with our taxes and our stringent rules, everything's so much more expensive to make when you have to follow what the Canadian government does. So when you don't have those things hold it against you, you can make them cheaper if the government got out of the way. And the government.
Well, I'm like, I don't know why we think we need to have special rules. Like, I'm sorry, but our emission rules in Europe are just as strict. Why not just say, okay, if it meets a test in Europe, it meets a test here. If it works, because if the emissions work in downtown London, that's got 20 million people in a crowded city, the emissions damn sure work up in Calgary. They work in Golden. They work out on a logging road. Like, we're less densely populated. And the same thing is like, well, we need to worry about vehicle safety. We should have our own vehicle safety standard on these cars. Europe gives a, like, does Canada think that Europe doesn't care about vehicle safety standards? And like, we're talking about it with these government officials, and like the changes are so minuscule in the standards, but they're like, no, it has to be this one. You're like, no, just embrace the world standards. Like, do you think cars in Europe don't have airbags? They don't have lane departure. They don't have ABS. Yeah. You're not buying a fucking vehicle from some shithole third world country that has zero safety standards, doesn't have seatbelts. Like, Volvo is one of the leading manufacturers of safety. Do you think that they don't care about safety in Europe? Like, it's crazy to say that we need our own special rules. Like, that's just absolutely regulation capture by large corporations lobbying the government to try and keep more competition out, and it pisses me off.
Which large are the shithole countries, Chase?
Yeah. What are you talking about? They don't do that.
Don't answer
that. I feel like we know which guy. Like, if I'm pretty sure if you could say, man, I would not trust the safety standards of a car built in X country, I am sure everybody in here is thinking of a country.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And the UK, like Mpone says, the UK very much in some aspects has more safety standards than over here, right? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're in many ways they do have more safety standards, but the safety standards are slightly different. Like, oh, fuck off. They're close enough. Homogenize them. Like, standardize them across the world so that you can just sell vehicles. That, like, having all this regulation globally makes zero sense. Like, and you see a lot of these. What drives me nuts lately is you talk to a lot of politicians, a lot of government people, and they're like, oh, going away from free trade is bad. Free trade is better because the more you take and share between countries, the more you can take advantage of your comparative advantage. If you're really good at making X and I'm really good at making Y, and we want to trade X and Y back and forth, it makes more sense in you making X and Y, me making X and Y. Like, there's it's been proven in theory and economics time and time again that the more free trade you have, the better it is. And politicians are saying, we need more free trade. We need more we just need more of it. We'll all benefit. But then they do stupid shit like putting in, oh, well, our bumper has a slightly different standard than this bumper, and this emissions is slightly different than this emissions. It's different, like, and it's so minuscule. Like, do you not fucking realize that that's a barrier to free trade? Like, that is 100% a free trade barrier. It's not a tariff. It's not a levy, but it is a barrier to free trade if you don't have standards that you can actually trade. Like, that's just another protectionist thing that they sneak in the back door that fucking pisses me off. Standardized. Europe and Canada should be standardized on emissions, on safety regulations, on basic fucking labeling standards.
I'm usually a big fan of sneaking in the back door.
Okay, easy, buddy. I like when Chase goes on his rant. I was ready for that. I haven't had a good rant from you in a while. It was nice to see.
That was good. Some other positive things. A video coming out this weekend. We did put up a couple posts on our Instagram and whatnot, but we brought the undisclosed truck on the test track.
That is some exciting stuff. Can we talk? How much can we talk about that video?
I haven't actually seen it. It's in the first draft right now. And
I wasn't actually listening because I was on my phone.
I see that. The undisclosed track, we were talking about the track testing. Like, how much can we talk about that? Like, it was really exciting to see the videos that thing going around. That cinematic camera.
Man.
Oh man, that guy did.
Some of them look AI. They look so good. It was like, is it fake? Like, it looks
Anyone
awesome.
who the last podcast we did here, there was that Jack Madden. He was in the comments. He's like, "Hey, can I come out and film?" And I was like, "Hey, we should talk about it." You guys are like, "That should be a text message." Well, anyway, he came out. He came out and filmed. So he was in a harness in the back of the truck, his truck. He strapped himself in. We're in a harness. I drove the truck, and we're kind of pace and chase around the thing. And he's got his pro camera out. Man, that guy's so good.
It looks like, how much does that camera cost? Like, that looks so good.
It's actually not even that high of an expensive camera, but he's just so good. He's got all sorts of background in like professional lighting and like all sorts of industry stuff that he's done throughout his career that made it so his skill set is huge. But like even the pictures we put out.
Is that Jack? He just joined into the channel there.
Even yeah, there he is. Even
sorry, Jack. I'm just trying to find you, but I could not find your TikTok and tags. I found you on the Instagram and tried to share it, but sorry.
Yeah, I'd go back after Chasey
posted the phone number so I can fucking message him and when I gotta tag him and things.
We can. I'd go back after you post, and I said photo credit Jack man. But you guys can find him. That's his name right there, Jack CP Madden on Instagram and Facebook and whatever. And but yeah, he took these 4 images, like pictures, and he just grabbed them from video. Yeah. Those are just stills from the video, and they're like some of our best pictures ever.
Oh, they look amazing. Like, I sent them to a lot of my friends. Like, I sent a few of them out, just like fans, family, and like a few people respond back, like, "Is that AI?" And I'm like, "No, that's not AI. That's just that good. It looks so good." Like,
there was tons of comments that I seen actually about people being like, "That looks like a render," but I know that it's real.
Yeah,
honestly, it does look a lot like a render. I gotta see if I can share the picture, and I'm trying to find out how to share the picture on the live presentation because it says there's a way that I can present things.
I'm pretty sure you have to already have it preloaded, but I could be wrong.
Let me try it.
Yeah, you can try. So yeah, thank you again, Jack.
Oh, Taylor. Well, thanks for the $5 there, a lot. But he asked if we have orders from Australia. We have a lot of people that want to buy a truck from Australia. So we actually got a lot of investors from Australia. A lot of these investors own trucking companies, want to see it in Australia. Australia embraces EU emissions, so we could actually build the hybrid there. And if Canada straight up says no, I would go to Australia with the hybrids because we don't have the EPA rules. I'm thinking some of the trucking companies in Australia really, and some of the investors really, really want us to come out there and meet with them. They're like, come over, fly over here for a week, come meet with us and just see if it's feasible for you to build a truck and do it here. I like it. Pacific, one of the first companies that Pacific sold trucks to was in Australia and New Zealand. They went there in their first 10 trucks. There's precedent for it.
And we always say that as soon as our plan was to roll out in North America first, get all the bugs worked out, get our trucks doing 1 million miles. And then when we expand internationally, Australia's first on the list. But it may be the north half of North America and then Australia, given our political climate currently. But Chase and I we're looking into going to Australia. We want to do it during a truck show too. So I was looking in, there's the Sydney truck show. And so I think it's January, February, March, I think it is. So
Man, I'm pretty free in March. I'm pretty free in March. Throwing it out there.
There is a possibility that we go do a thing. Chase wants to do this convoy that they have, but I feel like that's not to make a good video.
It doesn't make good video, but I like convoys. I shared it, like I presented it, and it appeared there, but I don't know how to get it on the screen.
Oh, I probably have to do. Oh, I see it at the stage. There we
go.
go.
Oh yeah, that's sweet. We can do that.
Yeah. So anyone viewing, Chase just shared the picture that Jack took, and again, Jack was wearing a harness, driving in the back of his pickup as I was driving, and we're ripping around, and that's just a still from a video. It looks.
I like Wildly Coyotes there. That should be a cover art for American Truck Simulator or Edison Truck Simulator, but that would be a good cover art photo for a lot of things. Looks super good. I'm glad he drove around in the back of the truck. It was definitely worth it.
Right. Yeah. And he drove out from east to Calgary. So it's like a 3.5 hour drive, maybe 4 hour drive each direction to volunteer just to help us out. So like shout out to Jack.
Yeah, no, awesome guy.
So,
and I really like how he just secretly showed up without saying it so that the truck would actually work.
Yeah, because remember Chase is like, no, you're not coming out because you'll jinx us.
Yeah.
No, as soon as you're like, hey, we're going to bring out some people to watch or we're going to bring out some people to film, the truck does not work.
Oh, we just got a $5 comment.
Oh, nice. Sorry it didn't work out tonight. I wonder what didn't work out tonight.
He's talking to you specifically.
Sorry to work out tonight, Chase. Glad I got to see you.
I was supposed to. Okay, that's what. Right. Sorry, I had to look at the name. I was supposed to go on this podcast with him, and yeah, I was running late. But then the podcast ended up getting canceled.
Other people cancel their podcast all the time too. Wait, that's not just us.
That's not just us. Although it was my fault because I was late. For me again, like normal.
Yeah, well, if it's any,
I was in the middle of another meeting, and I'm like, hey, that meeting was running like 15 minutes late, but I guess they couldn't postpone. So sorry, Philip. Really sorry. I apologize. I the worst for how busy things are. I don't know if it was maybe it was a live podcast. I tried to look up and see. Like I cannot do live podcasts with people because my schedule, like I don't know when meetings are happening, when truck testing's happening. Like if there's not flexibility, I normally can't leave the office.
Yeah, that's how this one works.
Podcast. I'm crazy sick right now, and I was in the office. I'm like, I just can't wait to get out of here and go home and go to bed. I'm dying. I'm pulling it off right now, but I'm dying. I get home. I take a bunch of medicine. I go to get in the shower because my muscles hurt. And Chase's like, "You want to do a podcast?"
Hey, we need to do it when we have time. And I was coming out of service from the bush, and I was like, "Sweet deal, I'm in. Let's go."
I just drove back to Donald, and then I have to turn around and drive back to town. So that's how flexible the schedule has to be. That it's like, go now. You have 20 minutes notice. I don't care if you are.
We'll make it work.
Coming out at both ends, but it's go time.
Okay, another.
Chris here asks, are EV conversion bus kits on the menu in the near future? School bus, city buses. Now, this is one of the interesting ones. Is like that Burning Man bus worked great. RVs were really, really sweet. Like it'd be awesome. Like I think that shows like for an RV or a bus, it's an amazing technology. The only issues with school buses and buses is that there's a lot of extra CMVSS certification standards you need to go to build a bus. Because they're carrying so many people, there's extra standards above where we're allowed to build to. And right now, we're just focusing on the heavy-duty truck standards. We could sell our driveline kit to a company that builds buses, though. So we could sell the kit to a company that builds buses that does all the certification, but we're not going to be building buses ourselves. But as far as it would need to be more of a partnership with a larger company that could spend the money, spend the time integrating our electric axles, buses, and everything into their bus, and then put their bus on the road. I would be very, very open to licensing the technology to anybody that builds school buses or city buses.
I want to piggyback off that and say, if any of you haven't seen the Burning Man video we just put out, The video did crappy. It's not getting the
I can't believe it. I thought for sure that was one of the best videos we ever did.
I think
and it just bombed.
It is I'd say it's like definitely top 3, if not the best video we have done. It's just that way that
top 3. I like the Topsy Holland Logs video more.
The way the algorithm works,
and the Royal video.
It didn't get pushed. So if you guys haven't seen it, go back. I think it's like Edison's crazy EV conversion yet is what it is. It's the last long format video we posted, but that video is awesome. And it's an awesome story. It was well told. The editing is fantastic. And so please go watch it. It's awesome. And it was one hell of an adventure.
It looked pretty crazy. The sandstorm is a wild one. That is insane.
Dude, I thought I didn't know what to do. I couldn't even see anything. I couldn't see my fingers if I put my hand out. And I'm like,
the footage of you in the camper and then in the bus and the silt is still just pouring in. It's like, that's crazy. Like that's scary. Like
after we
can't
taped
stop
everything, when we left, we had to clean the bus a total between the 3 of us. The total time adding every person was 12 hours to get our deposit back. And even the drawers we never even used had about a half inch of silt in them. We never even opened them.
Oh, yeah. Goldstrom asked when we're starting on Royal's truck. As soon as we get this truck out of the shop. So Joel's coming out here on Friday to load the white truck up, and we're going to go deliver the white truck to the customer on Friday. And then as soon as we get that one out of the shop, then we'll bring it back. Because, I mean, there's not... I've got room in this shop here. I'll turn the camera around. I got room in this shop for 2 trucks. That's it. So that white truck is going to go to the customer in order to get its rig up on it. We'll drop that off on, load it up Friday, drop it off on Saturday. And then from there, we'll bring Royals and Joel's frame rails into the shop and we'll start on that. The Cummins X15, just place the order for that now that we got approved. It'll be here in 45 days. We're going to lay out the frame rails, get everything ready to go. Because in 30 days, I want to deliver the MCon truck to MCon. So by the end of November, I want that yellow truck out of the shop. I'm going to roll Tokel's frame rails into the shop, bring Tokel's in. I'll bring Joel's in. We'll start on the frame rails, the chassis, everything, get it all going. And then we're going to hit it real hard mid-November.
Oh, man.
Gideon is doing a short bus joke because none of us know anything but a short bus.
Yeah, he said it already. I acknowledged it with a chuckle, but then he's like, I got to put $2, so we paid.
There you go, Gideon. We got you.
Gideon, I'm tired of saying undisclosed. Yes. Oh my God, I'm getting so tired of saying undisclosed, and there's so many times that I want to say like the company name.
Mm-hmm. Another bus-related one. I got to ask.
It's funny, but it is kind of interesting seeing the speculation still.
Yeah, I seen some ones the other day that were super, super more than I've ever seen wrong, and it was like, man, they're so confident about it.
Man, there's a couple people that got it right, and the amount of people that think that that's a military truck too is funny. You're like, that's not the military,
or that it's for Jamie Davis.
Yeah, that's the one I said. They're so confident that it's for Jamie Davis in the video.
It's not for Jamie Davis. I can definitely say it's not for Jamie Davis.
No, people still think it's for him.
Kenny the Dragon says, I got to ask, CMVSS aside, would Edison be able to build buses? It would be cool to see a bus with the same front end as the undisclosed truck. I get
CMVSS aside. I don't know. Because no, I mean, I'm just going to say no. We don't have the engineering resources and financial capital right now to get into a different project line. Just because that's you got to have the whole shell, everything. It would be a whole other 2 years down the road.
So down the road, years when we have capital and space and resources, it's possible.
But I think we would be better off partnering up with a company that already builds buses to provide the drivetrain to it.
Still a bus company like Prevost, whoever the bus companies are now, they need to take it on. And
there's already a ton of people making buses right now. We're filling a void in the market. How are the customers able to use current trucks with emission?
We're hoping that it'll get approved by the time the rig up is done, or else they're not able to use. Well, they can use it, but we're not going to talk about how they can use it. There's other ways that we can deliver a truck that are more creative, but we're not going to talk about those creative ways publicly.
Oh, wow.
So how about we all just shut up about the creative ways and just if you see it out there working, and I haven't said that we got our national emission mark, we're all not going to ask that question, right?
Yeah. No, we're not. We're done. Next conversation. I want to shout out Gideon now for $5. We made him feel bad.
Jack thinks because we're saying no about the buses that we're actually going to build a school bus. Everyone knows undisclosed truck is actually going to be a school bus. Keep the theories coming, guys. And then
Put the kids in the engines behind the cab. Just Jimmy sitting there next to a generator.
Just in the middle of like, okay, guys, watch your hands. Don't touch this. It's hot right now.
Manitoba farmer, old Gideon there says, how much does he have to invest to drive? Man, if you have been one of our top fans for the last like 3-4 years.
He's gotta just drive.
You can just come out and drive one. If you are out here, you can just drive one. Just stop by. I will let you drive the truck.
I don't know if he goes that far west.
Oh, hold on. He does have to bring coffee though. Still.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a rule.
Gideon is Edison's. Like if you ever seen a meme about Edison, Gideon probably made it.
Yeah, he's the meme guy.
Gideon has been like the Chris. Like he's such an awesome. He's in the Christmas videos.
That's right.
Yeah, no way. Yeah, he was in the Christmas videos.
He's like our official meme maker of the company. Like he almost de facto works for Edison.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many from him lately. He's got to step that up.
He's dropping the ball.
Gideon, get on it.
Third week of December.
That was kind of a good question. What's the can I grab that? What's the testing for the mechanical trucks gonna look like before the owners will put them to work?
It's a series. I got the list here. I wish I could show it. I wish there was a way to like just share screen so I could share the list of like all the testing procedures. But to start with, there is the brake burnishing test where we have to do 500s of series of braking and acceleration. So each one is you drive for 1 mile at 70 kilometers an hour, and then you do make a hard brake application down to 25 kilometers an hour. You build speed up to 70. You hold that for 1 mile, and then you hit the brakes, and you do that for 500 miles around the track. It's just this braking durability. That's going to be a long, boring day for somebody on the track, mainly me.
Do we have to replace the brakes before we deliver them to Joel?
Probably should.
Who's paying for that?
Then there is the parking brake test where we have to park on a 20% slope. You set the brakes and make sure that the truck does not roll backwards down the hill. That's parking brake test. We already have a 20% slope. So, I mean, that's fully loaded. Will it hold on a 20% grade? I have had trucks that don't, so that one checks out. That is.
Yeah. Okay, it's happened before, yes.
But yeah, the 69's brakes will not hold that a Super B on a 26% grade.
Nice. Joel worked on.
But anyways, on the going forward, we got the brake burnishing, the parking brake. There is the braking test where the truck, all the rules are in American measurements, so sorry. But the truck from 100 kilometers an hour, it's like 98 point something kilometers an hour, has to come within a full stop within 700 feet fully loaded. And then there is the J-turn test, which I thought like J-turn, I thought it's like a car where it's like does a flip J-turn. All it is you enter into a turn, you have to get a coefficient of friction super low, so you get the track real slippery. You put down a bunch of grease or oil. You go in there, you enter into the turn, and you go around the turn at a speed to make the back end kick, and you want to make sure that the ABS and traction control system is doing what it says the traction control system is required to do. So that is the ABS and traction control test. Brake hard in a corner, like go into the corner, hit the brake, slide, or try and kick the back end out. Watch what the ABS system does.
Just play with the brakes.
So we got to buy a lot of lube.
Nice. Well, I think
we'll just borrow theirs.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Probably got enough.
Was it? I'm not going to touch that.
Stop.
We got to acknowledge. So has Gideon actually worked on Topsy? Mm-hmm.
No, it said Joel.
Did he come through? No, it said Gideon earlier. I seen that.
Yeah, Gideon. Didn't he? No, did he? Carl, he came out. No,
has he been out there? He also volunteered to do the 500-mile test. If
honestly, it sounds great. We even did a live stream while we were driving because it gets like after like a couple of hours driving around the same circle again and again and again, and like I was going up, I was speeding up to 95, back down to 40, speeding up. And after like 2 hours of just like around and around, you're like, oh my God, I am so freaking bored. It goes like vehicle testing is the weirdest thing because like you just build the truck and you're like, yeah, we did it. This truck's out driving. This is amazing. And like for the first 20, 30 minutes, you're like, this is the greatest high I've ever been on. Followed by you're like, and you're nervous. You're like, is it going to work? When am I going to have a fault code? What's going to break? And then like 20, 30 minutes into it, you're like the nerves start coming down. You're like, okay, this is nice. I'm really enjoying this.
Just driving.
And then after like a couple hours, you're like, I'm so fucking bored.
For P breaks?
I would assume so.
Can you drink while you're doing it?
Probably because you're on your own closed course. Like, but no, not under work safe rules. Like, that's probably a work safe violation.
Damn, I always forget about work safe.
Might be a way to get
okay. Speaking of doing some brake testing, Junior 7887. He wants to ask for a hybrid when it comes to regen. Is it activated by pushing on the brake pedal? And it comes with and it combines with the braking system. We get this question a lot. No, you don't. The brakes, the surface brakes on the brake pedal were completely independent of the regen. The way that the regen braking works is just the exact same as an engine brake. You let off the throttle pedal, that regen will come in, and then if you need additional, you step on the brakes. And there's a little dial. I really wish I could share things on here, but there's a little dial on the dash. We'll go through it. We should probably do a video on how it all works again. I know we've done one on Topsy. We have made a lot of design changes and things. We'll try and get that done on the undisclosed truck. If not, we'll do it on the yellow truck.
Nice.
Goldstrom said, with your own track and Donald, you could charge $1,000 for 10 laps to drive Topsy or other Edison truck, like on Vegas track in stock car.
Nice.
I don't know if I trust people.
Yeah. People like attention, so it'd be like, hey, I'm the guy who crashed the Edison truck. Like someone might do it on purpose. Right? Hey, look at me, like I'm that guy.
Right now, they're all one-offs, and there's not a replacement.
And they're supposed to go to the customer.
Okay, but maybe
and also Topsy isn't driving right now because the mechanics took some parts off of it that they needed in a pinch to build the white truck, which is very annoying because it's not like. Oh, it drives me nuts because as soon as you turn something into a parts truck, and I know you need the part, and you're like, okay, we need this part. Don't want to wait for it. We got to put it on there. We'll just order it in. We'll replace it. But then it kicks off and it never gets put back in. And you're like, oh, it's a 15-minute job. We can put it on there before we need to drive it. But then you got like a couple of different 15-minute jobs, and it's like, okay, after like multiple 15-minute jobs, now it's going to take a day to bring Topsy back up if we need to drive it. And you're like, the fun part about Topsy is being able to, if we go down there, fire it up, take it for a little drive, do whatever, park it again. But now I got to do a full day's worth of work for it. And like, just go fix it. Like if you take a thing off of it, when the part comes in, put the new part on the new truck, put the old part back on Topsy. Like it's worth the 20 minutes or an hour or whatever it takes. But that's my personal gripe.
I see that.
Lord Everton says, I know it's way down the line, but is there going to be different versions of the emblem for the mechanical trucks like Topsy got?
I was thinking about that. How do we do that? Like we got the little elephant logo. It'd be cool to have like the Topsy lightning bolts, but it's pretty subtle. You could also do something like Mac did. When you have a Mac driveline and all the same, it's got a Mac transmission, Mac engine, Mac rear ends, you get a gold bulldog. If it doesn't have that, you get a silver bulldog. Like we could do like a blue badge for the hybrid.
I have a silver
and then just a silver badge for.
Well, it's the BDE, right? That's the cab model. So we could use the Topsy elephant, have the trunk like a normal trunk, and then like a trunk coming from his midsection, the BDE.
Well, I mean, they're both BDEs, but
no.
Just a low-hanging elephant.
We don't need that. We don't need that publicity in our lives. I was gonna bring up, Kate. I don't know, sensitive subject. I don't know if I should say it or not, but like the cab noise in the undisclosed truck was the little Radley. I figured you guys are still doing some insulation on that. And
no,
also
we found out what it was. It was a stupid little. There's a little tab where the front bumper has a little piece and the front fender mount, and they just so slightly connected, and it was just a little bit of vibration from that fender mount, the front bumper, rubbing into it, doing that squeaking. So that's what it was. But yeah,
because it was a hot topic on the video. I just wanted. I know.
Oh my god, it sucks so much. I hate it.
Everyone kept bringing it up. I was like, guys, I'm sure they'll figure it out. They're testing the truck.
You know, you got a squeak in there, and you're like, yeah, I haven't noticed the last 2 hours.
Yeah. Yes, we noticed the squeak.
3 hours. I've never noticed the squeak.
There, Gideon was he made a meme already. Can I drive 500 miles without leaving the truck? Will it make it?
I'm just gonna say it right now, Gideon. That wasn't that funny. Get a better one.
That wasn't that funny, but I guess bring a bottle. The truck will make it. I don't know if I could do that without peeing. Though.
I'm being so mean to Gideon. I feel bad now.
I was like, it must not all have to be at the same. But it's trying to test brake wear and tear. Like, surely you can stop. Like, I've also wondered on that. How do electric vehicles do that? Because electric vehicles can't often do a 500-mile range. Like, if you can't do 500-mile range, how does a normal electric vehicle be able to perform that test?
Charge midway.
Like, and it's not even written for like electric vehicles. It's just like you have to slow the vehicle down, like back to there. Like, technically, I could just do that with regen braking. Do I need to use the foot brake? It doesn't specifically say that. But that would be a terrible brake fade test if you never once touch the brakes.
Or
do it twice. We'll just put Gideon in it for 2 days straight. Do one with regen and one with service brakes.
I feel like it wouldn't bother him at all. He could be there the whole time.
I mean, he is from the prairies, though, and like it's got a corner.
Okay, easy, guys. Come on.
I mean, it's... Do you guys have?
We have hills and turns. I think.
Oh, man, I feel like we should probably stop in. Are you on the road to Winnipeg?
I am. Are you guys driving to Winnipeg?
Yeah, well, we're going to be hauling the undisclosed truck to Winnipeg.
When
on Saturday.
Saturday,
Sunday, rolling through there.
Oh, wow. I'm half an hour north of the number 1. So like we could stop in town for lunch. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Brandon, like I'm north of Brandon, which is 2 hours from Winnipeg. But hey, I'd be down.
We'll see how the time wise goes.
Oh, it's already going to no. I know. I was thinking I'm only 2.5 hours from Winnipeg. I think Eric actually did mention you guys were coming up here. We were texting the other day, so I was thinking maybe I'll just head to Winnipeg, meet you guys there too. It's only 2.5 hours.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, they want us to like bring the truck in the middle of the customer really doesn't want people to know where it's going, so they want us to like deliver the truck in the middle of the night. They're gonna bring it in there at nighttime so no one sees it, and you probably don't even want me to say it's going to Winnipeg, but whatever.
Probably. Well, it's going to the tow truck company in BC. What's that guy's name again?
Jamie Davis.
Jamie Davis. He's just opening a branch in Winnipeg.
Jamie Davis.
I wouldn't feel safe leaving anything in Winnipeg. You got to get it in locked up right away.
Bring it into Winnipeg. The truck's already got the copper ripped off of it.
It's all the copper stripped immediately. Plywood in the windows already. Just terrible.
I mean, where that's going to be the much harder part is, though, delivering it to the customer once it gets the rig up. Like, somebody's going to notice it rigged up on the low bed.
Yeah, it's not going to go stealth, I'll tell you that.
It's going to come out eventually. Like how... yeah.
Use an aux for the mechanical trucks?
Yeah, I mean, we've been debating that. I was talking with DJ about putting in an aux box. On the one hand, they could really use, like, we got the 2 sets of rear ends. We got the normal ones, the 410 rear ends, but we also got those 4.87 rear ends with the planetary hubs. And with the planetary hubs, you would want to throw an auxiliary box with like a 2-speed aux. They could really use it. Like Royal could really use a crown truck. I don't know if you've seen Joel's pictures where he shaved the stacks off. Oh, looks awful. But they've been doing a lot of work. So like they're like, hey, could we turn it into a crown truck on one of the first ones? Because then we're also doing the internally undisclosed project. The one that we're not telling Keaton about right yet. He's not here, so I'm good. But you know how we ordered that inline one for the mechanicals? I don't think we've actually talked about that publicly, but whatever. Keaton did. No, it's fine. But on that Scania V8, what we want to do is turn that Scania V8, and we're trying to get approval because it looks like a lot of this legislation for it is for hybrids, and it counts parallel hybrids. Like the rules are written for parallel hybrids way more than they are for series hybrids. So if we were to take that Scania V8 and then put an electric motor in the drive, that electric motor can do regen and do it. So it gets mounted behind the transmission. So you have a V8 mechanical transmission, and then where you would put your steady bearing on the truck, that's where you would put your electric motor. And it either helps hold back like a retarder, an engine brake, and it then recaptures that power to go. So you have some of the quasi benefits of hybrid, well, with having a little bit more streamlined approach when it comes to Environment Canada. So it's a way to like kind of get, it's not a perfect hybrid, but it's along the way.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that in Europe. They have those.
Yeah, it's been pretty standard. They've even done that in North America on a few trucks.
It's good. Like it's a good bridge. Like we like to have all these options. You know, we want to be mechanical, we want to be hybrid, and then
But that would work better for your ends, because the problem is with the planetaries is that when you're running planetaries, you really should have an aux box to have that auxiliary transmission. That auxiliary transmission kind of goes where your steady bearing is. So I think the truck would get pretty crowded if you were to have a normal engine, transmission, electric motor, auxiliary box, rear end. It's like that's just too much stuff to fit in there. So I don't think we could do it, but I'd love to see how a planetary with a 2-speed auxiliary transmission performs when compared to a full hybrid for torque, or compared to a parallel where you have an engine, electric motor. Because the reason you run an auxiliary is to get a little bit more bottom end torque. Because when you're fully loaded, like Joel's truck really is not a crown truck. And you can see that thing lifting off. It is torquing that driveline. That clutch is bouncing. The truck's bouncing as you're trying to because you got to finesse it over it, because it is a drilling rig and it's got to stand up. They got to be within so many inches of the hole, and you got to move all that weight finally. And you're trying to, without the aux and the planetaries and the deep low, you're really way too high of a gear to do those fine movements with hundreds of thousands of pounds of weight. But if we had an electric motor, that electric motor would give you that bottom end assist while still being able to have a normal one. So you should be able to use a normal rear end instead of the planetary rear ends with the electric motor and a low speed on like a 18 speed. It should theoretically work. And I would love to see the difference in testing between a mechanical planetary truck with an auxiliary, a normal truck with an electric steady bearing, and then the full hybrid with the electric motors. So it's kind of cool, 3 cool projects. We just haven't really talked about that middle one because I don't want to start another project.
Yeah, I do really like the middle ground though, because for the conversion kits, I know I've talked to a few guys who've been interested in, if we're ever going that way, and they're like, wow, that'd be a more affordable way to just keep a driveline, slap that little auxiliary electric motor on the driveline that we have. So I don't know if that's an option.
But I mean, they do that. You can get those kits.
Mm-hmm. But if Edison
they're about $25,000. They're available online, and yeah, it's one of those ones where it's already been done. We did show on Carl how it wasn't as good. Like Carl wasn't as nice, but they've come a long way in terms of how it's rated for the torque, how it performs, that I'm a little bit more comfortable trying it.
Mm-hmm.
Some comments here. Mark Rose says an aux as the logo emblem. Like maybe if we put one in.
Oh, he meant it like instead of an elephant for our emblem, use an aux.
Oh,
and I just went on a 20-minute tangent about auxiliary boxes and undisclosed projects and that makes more sense. Sorry, Mark. That was a long rant about something you weren't talking about.
Maybe Topsy, but with gear tusks. Mm-hmm. Well, and then we got Kenny the Dragon says, you guys consider taking the trucks to the Canadian International Auto Show in Toronto, also automatic forward emergency braking. It's a far drive for Toronto from here, but who knows where that truck ends up after. Also, automatic forward energy braking. You want to take that, Chase?
I'm pretty well zoned out. You guys consider taking the truck. Well, he was reading it off, and I responding back to the million text messages I've been getting. Are you guys taking the trucks to the Canadian International Auto Show in Toronto? I don't know what automatic forward emergency braking is.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Oh, is that like when someone gets in front of you and it's slammed?
Did you see with the tow tractor on that truck that pulled the whole front end off? Absolutely fucking not. On a vocational truck, I'm not putting on any automatic braking because I've seen it just like in the bush, just rip trucks apart.
That was Farrell Creek Hill. I've hauled that hill many times. I'm like,
what happened?
This truck's getting towed by a tractor up the hill.
Yeah.
And then the truck is like, it's a steep hill and you got to get towed a lot of times depending on weather. The truck sensed that there was something in front of it, pulled it, put his brakes on, ripped the whole front end off the truck.
Yeah, that's not needed. That's not needed. Not necessary. Don't need that.
We go, how did the Senate go?
Eric's meeting with the Senate tomorrow. Today was the meeting with Environment Canada, and that did go very, very well. We said it right at the start of the podcast, but in case people missed it, it looks very likely they went over our national emissions mark application, and it looks very likely they're happy with it. Looks like we're getting our national emissions mark, which is huge. It's what you need to legally sell trucks for Environment Canada. Now, it is just at the company level. It's like the company, we had to demonstrate that we had the knowledge of how emission laws work and all of this works enough for them to be comfortable with us. So we really went back and forth, kept submitting, filling out the forms. It's like, man, I think in the total we did like 300 pages of documents to be like, look, these are all the rules and regulations we know. This is how we follow them. This is how we plan to follow them. We know these things. Submitted all that. They're like, wow, we're actually happy with this. Thank you. And then we're also, looks like we're getting approval for the mechanical trucks. The hybrids, we still don't have approval, but they think they found a pathway forward that we can pursue. And we hopefully should be able to start the paperwork on the approval for that.
That was just the whole start of the episode over again. Except for we didn't mention baseball. Gideon had a good meme. He got a better one in here. I like this one. Oh, you can't even see it. It's the Mr. Bean one where he's waiting. That was a funny one. He's like me waiting on the side of the road for the undisclosed truck to go by, and Mr. Bean's sitting there waiting, sleeping.
And that's actually on the comment here. Jack CP Man said he lives right on the Trans Canada that we're going to drive.
Yeah, so be waiting. I wonder if there'll be a few people waiting. I'm sure.
Okay, let's see here. Yep. Yeah. So
down in the comments. Moving on.
So what else was there? Yeah, if you haven't seen the Birdman video, go watch it. And derailed here. Oh, we're getting power to our place. They hooked up the poles today.
No way. That's really exciting for you guys.
I believe we actually now have power, but now the electricians have to come back, finish a couple things, and get it so we can turn the power on. So
the power is a lie.
Well,
the power's never coming. Every time they're like, oh, we'll be out there next week. And you're like, okay, you wait like 3-4 weeks. They finally come out. And then you're like, okay, we getting power now. And they're like, nope, there's still another step. And like today, we're like, okay, BC Hydro is coming out to connect it. They're like, first off, they're like, okay, we need to do a site assessment. Okay, we need to order the meter. Okay, the meter's in. So you got the meter in and you're going to install it? Yeah, no, we got to book another appointment to install it. Okay, we'll be out to install the meter. Couple weeks go by, they install the meter and they're like, okay, that's the meter. We got the power line, we got the meter, we got everything. And they're like, okay, the meter's there. And they're like, oh no, sorry, that's a different guy that hooks up the meter. We just install the meter. He's going to be another couple weeks. Like, and then they come out and they're like, okay, as soon as the meter's connected, we have power. And they're like, yes, that is the last step. They come today, they hook up the meter and they're like, oh, actually there's another step. It's turning the meter on.
Yeah.
There's a different guy that has to turn the meter on ridiculous. Now.
You can't just.
Screw you, Joel. Joel says that we don't need power. Tell that to my wife. You go tell that to my wife.
I've been saying this, that I do not need power. I agree with Joel. Well, I have had zero heartache over the lack of power.
When we get the power hooked up, we'll just leave yours off then.
So wait, what are you doing for showers? Like, I know you have the running water, but what about the water heater?
We have on demand, which you need battery banks. We are currently turning them on with battery banks.
Fun.
Yeah. Screw you, Joel.
What
You
do you
tell
mean?
my wife. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
At least, okay, Manitoba does a lot of
Okay,
things
there we go.
wrong.
I
Our
shared
hydro is a little
Gideon's
better.
memes there. You should be able to see them.
Oh, there we go. Me
Yeah,
waiting
yeah,
on the
no.
road, waiting for the undisclosed truck to go by. Yeah,
My
that's
lap
us
is
waiting for power to come.
This is your
Yeah.
wife.
I have been adamant that human beings have lived hundreds, thousands and thousands of years without power. Humans have been around for 100,000 years. We've only had power for 100 years.
Your
It's not
mom
that
cooks your
important for
meals,
survival.
Chase. Your mom cooks your meals. We have
Yes.
children.
Also, don't tell me the pyramids didn't involve power. There's something going on there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Right. Yeah,
They had
all
power.
the power
They
in the
had
world.
power. Some grand conspiracy started.
Theron, you getting some livestock guardian dogs? I didn't tell Chase yet, but we ordered a dog. We got a puppy for Christmas for my kids.
Oh wow, that's awesome. We could use more dogs around here. I feel like more dogs around here would be wicked.
It's a Great Pyrenees mixed with a Bernese Mountain Dog. So
nice. Oh, that's a good combination.
They're wicked with kids and they're protectors. And my wife is from Europe and she's afraid that my children are going to get eaten by coyotes and bears and cougars. So so we have that. But they can get up to 150 pounds.
That's a big dog. I just want to make a joke about your wife being from Russia, and I know how much she'll eat it.
Oh, you'd love that.
I won't do it. Chase.
No, I mean, you're getting a dog. I'm getting a cat.
You're getting a cat? You're
Manitoba farmer. No, Chase's mom still makes him dinner, or his girlfriend, or he goes. Or he goes to like I don't know, someplace. We order pizza often.
Nice.
Or hot dogs on the saloon grill.
So, cats. I have a farm here. I'm a farm with my brothers. We have mice problems on the farm. So our farm just got a whole bundle of cats. And I'm going by the other day, and we leave food out for them. But the few of them are looking pretty skinny. And I went and checked. There wasn't much food for them. I was like, oh man, I better get them some food. Walk to the other yard, get the dozer fired up, chugging away. Mice everywhere where I'm dozing. And I'm like, no, the cats aren't. This is their job. They should be over here. What are they doing? Like moles and mice running around. No, cats aren't killing them. What's the point of them?
We do need
I
cats.
just wanted to get a little D6.
Oh, jackass.
Or actually, I was having a look today. I'm trying to find like a 568 cat. We need to get a log loader. We keep going over the plan for the tear down of the building. I got another guy coming to give us some advice, but we had one guy come out for a demolition company, and the best thing we could figure out is like we're gonna have to tear that building down piece by piece because it's right next to the CP main, and it's starting to fall over, so it starts creating this issue of like, hey, we talked to CP, trying to figure out a plan, let's get this thing, and like they built their track right next to the annoying part is that they built their track next to the building after the sawmill had already shut down. And it's like, okay, you guys moved your track right to it to where you're now interfering with our building. Mm-hmm. You're like, you created this like big pain in the ass for yourself. Why did you put your track next to the building? Like the building was here first and it was already abandoned when you put the track there. But
so we're business people. I feel like we should get a quote for how much it's going to cost, and then we should just get a material handler with a demo grapple, and one of us should just do it. And then sell the machine after the fact.
The talk is like, we got a guy that can supervise it, that has demolition experience. Bring in somebody that's really competent to supervise. And then instead of material grapplers, like we thought the log loaders, because a log loader is basically a big material.
It's like a big material handler. Yeah.
Yeah. So you just reach out there, you grab those main roof trusses with the log loaders, pack them aside. It's got enough power and weight that it can safely handle that building. It's got enough reach to actually reach up, grab the main roof beams, set them to the ground. And then you buy the machine, you run the machine for 3-4 months, and then you resell the machine, and then you're not out that money. Like, we might as well just do it ourselves.
I think that's the way to do it, because you'll save a lot of money.
You don't lose the money then. Like, if you buy the iron, 3 months of work on the iron is not going to depreciate a used piece of iron enough for it to. So, I'm
ready for a winter project. You could easily talk me into coming and doing that.
Okay.
I could definitely be intrigued in that. The other one is too, I'm not allowed to legally say this, but I might have a ton of dynamite. That would work too, but I don't think CP would go for that.
Yeah, that's one of the things.
They're probably not game for that.
In theory, I wouldn't say
In theory, if I had a bunch of
if
dynamite,
somebody had that, I would not complain if we got to play with it. We do have a mine.
Yeah.
We have a mine on our property.
Funny Boy did say that, like, hey, got to get like a permit with CP. We are working with CP on the permit, negotiating that. On the one hand, they're like, it's not $1,400 an hour, but it was like $200 an hour to have their flagger out here. And we're like, we're not paying that. Like, you're like, well, your building's too close. You're like, you put the train line close to our building. Like, you moved your train line over to our building. And it's like the only reason that this hazard exists is because you moved it there. But then we're having some conversation. It's like, okay, like, hey, how do we work together on this? Maybe you provide the flagger, and then that'd well as talking with like the service aspect is like, we have that siding that they could reopen. They're like, man, we would love to be able to use it. It's a huge concrete paved area that's like 8 acres of paved land, 5 acres, 6 acres, paved concreted area that they could put multiple equipment on. They could do their service work right there. They're like, wow, if we open that, if you could use for service work, we may be able to help in with this part of it. Yeah. And there is a risk to us. And like they did like acknowledge it, like, yeah, we built the railway close to this building. And
I definitely, like, I've done demo beside railway before. Like, it's really not too bad. They just have to babysit for like, hey, there's a train coming in 30 minutes. Can you wait? So then you pull off to the side. They don't let you work anywhere. Like, I think it's a 30-minute window. So like you have to step off, step away, sit there. Then it goes by.
Well, the idea would be to talking with the rail guys is we would wait until they had like a 2-3 day shutdown. Either Avalanche blocks the tracks in Rogers Pass, or they shut down for track maintenance. When they do in the wintertime, they'll shut down for a few days. It's like, okay, we're going to be shut down for 2 or 3 days. Go in there, knock it all down, get as much done as you can in that time, and then the next service interruption, which is also why you want your own equipment, because then you're not paying standby rate for this equipment. It's just, hey, when we have the availability, we'll knock down the one side of the building, we'll move it back, and we'll work with it whenever the time is. So it's like, okay, it just may be that, okay, right now, guys, we're leaving the shop and we're going to do some building destruction.
Yeah.
The rail line is super busy, though. That is a busy line.
It's the main line.
Yeah. Man, I'm kind of excited about this. I definitely want to maybe come out for that.
Goldie wants to know where's our property line with the CP rail.
That's the questionable part where the property line, the building is on our property line, but then the easement, when they built the track, it's like, we're bringing the surveyors out because the easement now may be in the building. It's either like right directly on the very edge of the building, or it's like halfway into the building. So it's like, yeah. And no, the building cannot be rehabilitated. It is basically, it was not engineered for the snow load. So when they built that building in 1972, they did not design it to handle weight of snow on the roof. They had to actively, all winter long, hire 4 people just to constantly shovel snow off the roof. That hasn't happened for the last 20 years. We're not about to start doing that, really, because that's not a safe place to put a person. And there's the other part of rehabilitation to shore it and fix it up would cost more than it would be to replace it. And because there's endangered brown barn swallows that nest in the building in the spring, Environment Canada sent armed police officers to our property to make sure that we were not disturbing that building with all of the construction work we're doing. We only have a window of 4 months to get it, which is why we're trying to hurry CP up on the permitting process and be like, come on, guys, like let us get in there, because this is our window to do it.
Isn't it
like right now?
When did they fire it up again?
As of next week, actually, we could have the equipment this week. We are ready to go. We've had professional demolition guys put together a plan in writing on step-by-step how to remove it safely. We've got an actual plan written by professionals who will be supervising the project, and we have equipment that can be ready to go. And it's like, please let us do this, but we're slowed down in this freaking permitting process. And I hope it's not the case where it's like, well, we slowed you down so long that you guys can't do anything with it again. The whole winter is ruined. But hopefully the building doesn't fall onto our tracks. Like,
I almost shit my pants. I was standing in the shop and I turned around. There's these 2 ECC police officers with the guns, and I was like, "Oh, geez, okay, okay, how can I help you, officers?" Jack says it would be good to save some of those wooden pillars. There is some really good expensive wood on that.
Yeah, some of the skeleton parts of that building, those big glue line beams, we're going to tear them down. We're going to set them aside and talk with some builders. And the plan is we're going to need an office because right here, that is our entire engineering office with 12 people working in it. It's crowded. We need an actual proper office. We're going to take those glue lamps, those steel beams. We're going to bring them over, and we're going to use all that to construct a new building so that that will be our future office building, which is kind of cool.
Funny Boy mentioned an interesting one there, the bird netting. Like we do that quite a bit on bridge jobs because these swallows like to nest under bridges. So you have to net them, and then the birds don't go in there. They don't nest in the spring, so you can continue your work. And I've argued with a few guys several times, the guys who make us do this. And the one was really funny because he's not from here. And he's like, yeah, it's kind of a dumb rule. I'm like, we're on a reservation at the time. I was like, I can go into town. I'll give someone $50 to come in here with a shotgun, blow the nest away, and you can't stop me. And he can do that. And he's like, yeah, no, he could do that. That's fine. I'm like, okay, so that's our loophole. He's like, yeah, no, you can do that. That's fine. What are we doing? What are we talking about? Like, why does it matter? But I can't do that. I can't.
Yeah, they have their nests there, and if their nests are there, you can't scare them away. It counts as their home, temporary house. This was explained to us.
But yeah, basically, we have to knock it down in the winter, or we're waiting for next winter. But like, I want it down so that we can start doing something, and I'd love to get that rail siding because we got a lot of people that are looking to use some rail reload services. If we get that rail siding reopened, we can make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month off of the reload facilities. And what I'd really like to, if we can lease it out to some of the guys that do the rail reload, they're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. We would get all of our staffing and operational costs covered. Because right now, our payroll expenses are about $60,000 every 2 weeks or so, give or take. We're making about $50,000 to $100,000 off of our gravel sales and log yard lease, depending on how busy the gravel pit is. So right now, if you average out like, hey, $70,000 a month, say for average, and we're spending $120,000, like with some of the YouTube and merch revenue, we're getting up to where we're like 70% of staff causing, and then the investment funds cover the rest, which means that we're slightly in the red. But if we could get that rail reload facility open, allow somebody to operate out of that, and we could make an additional $200,000, that's all of our parts, that's our expenses, that's all of our operational budget covered, and we're not doing any money. And if we can make a deal with, hey, CP, you reopen this, you're allowed to use the siding, but then we can also, like, they can use the siding for some maintenance. They put the other siding because there's 2 big lines that run in. We can use one, they can use one. And then we can use the rail reload facility or rent it out, lease it out. We have all of this company's expenses covered indefinitely into the future at the current rate. And which I mean is we build the new shop, we're going to be hiring more. So an additional $100,000, $200,000 would cover all the new staffing growing. It's a nice emergency backup of like, look, if something happens with ECCC, if the market takes a downturn selling trucks, at least everybody's wages are covered. We can keep engineering, we can keep working, we don't blur investment. I think it makes sense, right?
Buy some trucks and start hauling gravel to get us through.
Just start using trucks for hauling our own stuff.
We're building trucks and just sending them out to gravel to make extra money.
Funny Boy said,
heading out to the log yard because the Golden Community Forest. I was talking with Jerry there. The Golden wants a community forest, which I don't know if you guys know how that works, but you got timber sales where the government sells timber. A lot of time the government will set wood lots aside for local communities, and the local community gets a stumpage rate. They hire a contractor to go take the logs, but so now Golden just got a big community forest and they needed a spot to put it. So now they want to rent out our log yard space and then we can run the log yard. So if we already have a log loader to tear the shop down and they bring the community forest log yard in here in the spring, we can also generate the money for that. We also have a debarker from the old mill set up right there that Travis has run. So if we work with that, get those debarked into hydro poles, we could just take those community forests, take the good ones out of that pile, run them through the hydro pole, put them on rails, take them out, rail them over to southern Alberta where they turn them into hydro poles down in by Lethbridge. Mm-hmm. Like, the amount of money you could make off of something like that is like a little side business we could do on the property would cover everybody's wages, parts, engineering, production. And it's like one of the biggest things with startup truck companies is that they run out of investor money because they spend investor money too long. It's like, okay, well, if it does take a little
on very dumb things,
stupid
typically.
Stuff. Yeah, like Canoe spending more money on their CEO's private jet than they on maintenance and fuel and all that than what they were getting in revenue. Yeah, there was some stupid things that people have done, but I still like the idea of having a little bit of side income for the business. It makes you very well rounded as a company, and it diversifies the income stream a little bit to protect us.
And I do think future investors really like and appreciate that. That's how we're doing it. Like, we're trying to think of other ways. All this stuff we're buying is for our company to continue, but it's also to make money to make the company continue. It's not like we're just spending money willy-nilly. Like, it's going towards something.
Well, I think we're doing it smart. We're not just throwing money out, bringing in a construction company that's going to bring all their equipment in, then leave it. We buy the equipment, we operate the equipment, and then when the job is done, we sell the equipment or we put it into use for our own thing. Like,
well, I was thinking, you keep seeing log loader. I'm like, man, you can get a 400 or 500, like a 50-ton hoe for so cheap because they're hard to move around. I was like, yeah, pay Royal to come move it. Put a big grapple on that. You could demo that thing very quickly, I think.
I mean, tomorrow at Ritchie Brothers, there's one of those like 500,000 pound cat shovels. You seen that?
Oh, I did. I didn't think you would either. That would just
well, that's just it. You just put that boom up and you track through the shop.
We're not saving anything, but it's 20 minutes.
Wham! 20 minutes, but it's 3 weeks of assembly work to like build it all up, put it all back together.
Yeah, that would be pretty efficient. So
I don't know. I feel like some investors are on the fence with some of this stuff. It's like, yes, focus on building the trucks, and the truck should be the only priority. And other ones are like, hey, having a second income stream makes sense. Having the gravel pit makes sense. It's like, yeah, we do have to do a little bit of managing, but you think about it, it's like, shouldn't we be making money as a business? Like, to me, it seems weird that some investors are like, whoa, don't focus on making money. Just focus on the end goal of making lots and lots of money. Don't worry about little bits of money now. Focus on getting to the big money as fast as possible. Because I also hear their thing is like, wow, if it delays you for a little bit doing trucks, and you could be building X number of trucks if you focus a little bit more of your time on that, and those X number of trucks are more revenue than the other one. But I like, my personal view is like, yes, I get it. They want their ROI. They want to see that investment come back as fast as possible, and anything to get that back as fast as possible makes sense. But if they never get it back, like, don't you want to be more stable as a company and have longer run? Like, I like to look at things in the long run. Yeah. Yes, tearing down the shop may distract us for a month and a half, 2 months. Bringing in that rail reload, it is a little bit of distraction. I have to spend a fair bit of time talking with CP and the rail guys and all that. But I'm happy to do it because once that's going, you know that you're more secure in the business, and it's a longer, long run success. I don't know. It's I like focus on the dimes and the dollars fall into place.
Well, like if we had $1 billion,
I was next.
No, go, Jordan.
No, I don't even want to go anymore. You go.
If we had, I was reading comments, not looking at you. If we had $1 billion and could just throw it all there and not worry, but we're not. We don't have that. We have to.
Well,
make sure we make it.
I was gonna say the quickest argument or quickest rebuttal to anyone who doesn't support that is, hey, let me list off the named companies that have failed, and that's the ones who get a bunch of investment, spend it horribly, and the company fails. And it's sad. There's a long list of those out there, of these companies that just didn't last because they spent their investor money horribly. So it's very important to keep it.
I don't know how to say
the memes in the group chat now for the YouTube members are hilarious. Sorry,
there's some good ones. Is Gideon?
Oh, they're so good. If you guys don't know, for the YouTube members in the top tier, there's a group chat right now. The memes based on this live are just 10 out of 10.
Yeah, there's that's the top tier. Is it still called the decision makers? I'm not sure if we.
I don't remember what we call it.
But
we keep getting in shit for things that we call it.
Yeah, and you get in this private group chat, and anyone who thinks about it, just be prepared. It's not like a super professional, like I'm going to learn a ton about EVs group chat is very much like your buddy shit posting all the 80% of the time, 90% of the time.
Yeah,
and then,
90% of the time shit posting. Every once in a while, there's a genuine comment in there.
Yeah,
Gideon, it is also not a PG-13 or a PG. That is an M for mature group chat. There is
hey, no, that's
it borderlines
an
OnlyFans at some point.
That's
like
it.
At some point, it's basically an OnlyFans.
No more.
There has been so much nudity in that group.
Stop it, dog. Stop talking.
N2 Nitro asked if he, speaking of key decision, can I be added? I can't see your ranking. It depends on if you're a decision maker, but YouTube should tell you, give you my WhatsApp QR code, and then you have to message me, and I got to ask you for a couple things. We got to send you an NDA before you get in, and that. So you'd have to get a hold of me on WhatsApp, and if you're a decision maker member, I'll get you in there. We also added a new thing that if you are, you get to come out and have a private tour, and you get a free hat. But it has to be on location. So decision makers, you can come out and get a tour. It probably won't be Chase. He's super busy, but I'll try and show you Chase.
I'm busy dealing with trains, apparently.
Yes.
Man, the amount of TISM jokes in that group chat right now.
There's a lot. I like
there's a lot, but I mean, it's like
the one about the birds. The one about the birds was pretty funny. I'm loving that one, Gideon.
But anyways, well, we should probably let Darren go to bed before
I'm hungry.
Shits himself again.
I just did that. Right
10 o'clock over here, guys. I gotta go to bed. Actually, we're only an hour off now. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's only 9.
Yeah, I can't get over that. But, wild.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, and Matthew says need to hire somebody to focus and manage on the side hustles like gravel, logs, rail, so we stay productive. We do when we grow them. We do have like accountants that manage now. The gravel sales and all that, but there is work still getting it set up. I'm happy to do the work. I like keeping track of things personally. Like, I'm not a micromanager, but I do like knowing everything that's going on. Like, sometimes you're like, just hire somebody, like, get CP to build a rail spur, and I'm going to hire you for that. And like, no, I'd rather talk to the guy that is an expert in that from there and like get these things set up.
I don't know if you're allowed in Prairie Trucker.
Director of side hustling. I like that. That's a good job. Director of side hustling.
Director of side hustling. Honestly, probably do need a director of side. Spence does a good job with that.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
All right, guys. Yeah, let's.
We're back in the baseball talk in the chat, so that's got to be the end. Started with it, end with it.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Well,
ending the
sounds good. Looking forward to the updates.
Jordan and Chase, I need you guys to upload your audio. Okay. Bye.
Okay, and if for anyone who hasn't seen it, the Burning Man video, highly recommend.
Watch it.
It was by far one of their top 5 videos.
Editing wise, it was the best, and the other one, the subject was good. Okay, bye.
Bye.
What? I'm still here. We're still here.
Okay. Bye. Anytime now.
Bye.